It was the perfect Christmas Eve at Amara's mansion, a sprawling estate nestled in the lush suburbs. Known for her generosity and eye for detail, Amara's holiday parties were the talk of the town every year. This one was even more special. She had spent weeks planning every detail, from the snow machine dusting her front yard in white to the imported wines and catered gourmet dishes. The centerpiece was a towering Christmas tree adorned with ornaments collected from her travels around the world. This year marked a decade of her marriage to Kwame, and Amara was determined to celebrate both their union and the festive season in grand style. Guests began arriving, dressed in their finest attire. The atmosphere was lively with laughter, clinking glasses and holiday music. Amara, radiant in a shimmering red gown, greeted everyone warmly, but her heart wasn't entirely at ease. Kwame, her husband and the love of her life, was late. He had promised to be there early to help her welcome their friends, but as the clock ticked past 7 p.m., there was no sign of him. At first, Amara brushed it off, telling herself he must be stuck in traffic or delayed at work. Kwame was a successful businessman, known for his charm and dedication, and his demanding schedule sometimes interfered with family time. But tonight was different. Tonight was about them. She had prepared a heartfelt toast and planned to present him with a gift, an antique watch she had tracked down from a vintage collector, a symbol of the time they had spent building their life together. As the evening progressed, Kwame's absence became more conspicuous. Guests began to ask questions. "Where's Kwame? We can't celebrate without the man of the hour," joked Uncle Juma, raising his glass. Amara laughed nervously, her practiced smile masking the growing unease inside her. She discreetly checked her phone. No missed calls, no messages. She dialed his number, but it went straight to voicemail. Around 8 p.m., a delivery man arrived with a package. Amara opened it to find an exquisite pearl necklace and a handwritten note. "For the queen of my heart. I'll explain everything soon. Love, Kay." The gesture melted her heart, easing her nerves for a moment. He must be planning something special, she thought, convincing herself that Kwame's tardiness was part of a surprise. The party continued, but whispers began to circulate among the guests. Some speculated that Kwame was planning a grand entrance. Others joked about the pressures of marriage. Amara's best friend, Io, pulled her aside. "Amara, are you sure everything's okay? Kwame's never this late without a reason." Amara nodded, though her confidence was waning. "He'll be here. I know he will." By 9 p.m., her worry turned to dread. She called his office, but the security guard said Kwame had left hours ago. None of his friends or business partners knew where he was. Amara's chest tightened. Was he hurt? Had there been an accident? Just as she was about to call the police, her phone buzzed. It was a text from an unknown number, accompanied by a photo. The image showed Kwame at another party. He was standing beside a beautiful woman and 2 children who looked unmistakably like him. The caption read, "Merry Christmas from our family to yours." Amara's hands trembled as she stared at the screen. The room seemed to spin around her. "What is this?" she whispered, showing Io the photo. Io gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. "Amara, this doesn't look like a mistake." Refusing to believe it, Amara decided to confront Kwame. She and Io analyzed the photo, identifying details in the background that led them to a modest house on the outskirts of the city. Io insisted on coming along, fearing what Amara might find. When they arrived, Amara's worst fears were confirmed. Through the living room window, she saw Kwame sitting by a small Christmas tree, laughing with the woman and the children. He looked at ease, handing out gifts as if he belonged there. Amara's heart shattered into a million pieces. Unable to contain herself, she banged on the door. Kwame froze when he saw her. The woman, startled, turned to Kwame and demanded, "Who is this?" Amara stormed in, her voice trembling with rage. "I should be asking you that. Kwame, what's going on? Who are these people?" The woman's face fell as she put the pieces together. "Wait, you're his wife. she asked, horrified. He told me you two were separated. Amara stared at Kwame, tears streaming down her face. Separated? We're not separated, Kwame. We've been married for 10 years. 10 years, Kwame stammered, trying to explain. He confessed that he had met the other woman, Zainab, 5 years ago during a business trip. Their relationship had grown, and he had been leading a double life ever since. The children were his, something Zainab had kept from Amara, believing Kwame's lies about his complicated marriage. Amara was devastated. She unleashed years of love, trust, and betrayal in a torrent of accusations, her voice breaking with emotion. Zainab, equally betrayed, demanded that Kwame leave. You've ruined 2 families tonight, get out, she shouted. Kwame tried to plead with Amara, but she had heard enough. She walked out, her heels clicking against the pavement as tears blurred her vision. Io followed, wrapping an arm around her friend. You're stronger than this, Amara. Don't let him break you. Back at the mansion, the party had ended, and the house was eerily quiet. Amara sat by the Christmas tree, the pearl necklace still in its box. She realized that the life she had built was a facade, but she also knew she couldn't let this betrayal define her. She vowed to move forward, to rebuild her life on her own terms. As dawn broke on Christmas morning, Amara stood by the window, watching the first rays of sunlight break through the clouds. A new day had begun, and with it came a new chapter.